job, and I said, I'm going to every baseball game for the entire season. 178 games or whatever. I got 703 balls. So there, I'm right there with you, Mo.
Sheets was up.
703 in one season. Beat that.
76 in one game. Plant City.
Spring training doesn't count.
Yeah, but that's a good record.
It is good. Nice catch, buddy. That's what I get for not paying attention.
I was very pleasantly surprised by this film. I'm not into sports. That's not something that resonates with me on any emotional level. So I see these guys obsessed with it. It's a little bit of an eye roll at first, but then the film really explores this pure human element to what they're doing and this like passion and pleasure that they bring to it. And it's so endearing. And the pacing from moving through 2004 to 2016 and seeing the same guys out there just having such fun and then talking about it I was just left with such a warm feeling afterwards that I was not expecting to have going into it. It also got the audience laughing in a very endearing way as well, which I thought was very cool.
I really hate baseball. And I enjoyed it because it was fun and it was raw and it was not pretentious. It was just basically someone is observing all these things that is happening and it's just rad, So many crazy or just too passionate people about this game. They're doing this and it has a good record of it and it's insanely good. I don't know, and I just I was thinking about how old is this person who made this film, because there's such a millennium sense of humor, behind it that it kind of I don't know, cleans.
What it brought up to me were some things about masculinity culture around sports, which I feel can so frequently revolve around alcohol or hyper competitiveness, and this seemed like such a departure from that in this really beautiful way, where it seemed like men were coming together and sort of more of a sense of community and observation and storytelling, which was surprising and nice.
So I'm somebody who really loves baseball, actually, and what I know, surprising. And what I liked about the film is how much it reflected the sport of baseball itself. It's one of those few major sports left in America that's still really based in the hometown culture, and you can have these cool things where the entire side of a field is left open for people to stand out in the street and feel like they're a part of it. And that's not something you get in football or in some of the other big sports. And so it's that authenticity and that feeling of being part of the hometown that I think is so integral to baseball and was really reflected in this film.
Growing up in Chicago, you've seen these guys out there, since my childhood, Hawks. You don't realize the focus, and I thought this film really brought out how focused these guys are, and it's amazing how many balls they have. And it's just, they're putting a barrel now. So it's something beyond that, because they have enough balls to last their families for the rest of their lives, but they're out there every day with the focus of just looking up in the sky and hoping that baseball lands it. Amazing.
I thought the two moments of the movie that really sort of encapsulated it for me. The first was when the guy is describing, here's this huge stadium, these athletes that are getting paid millions of dollars, this sport that's being broadcast all across the country and tens of millions of people are watching it right now. And I get to stand next to it. That's kind of, it's just, it's almost, it's a perfect little nugget of existing in a mass media culture where in some ways the stories that you have to go off of are not the stories of your own life, they're the stories that have been presented to you by people hundreds or thousands of miles away from you, and so you kind of define yourself against it. And then the second moment that I think also really got to the heart of these guys is the guy in the latter part where it's 2016, it's 12 years after the original footage was shot. They're all old, they got beer guts, their hairlines are receding. And the guy's like, yeah, they're just all in barrels at my house. Like, in the past, they had them in these cases, perfectly labeled, perfectly specimened, like it was a museum of some kind. And now it's just something that, like, well, I can't get rid of it because it was so important, but I don't have 4,000 balls worth of space on my walls, so barrel it is. So in some sense, it sort of really gets at the sense that, like, this was, but there was nothing really to it. Like, there was objectively no value to most of these balls. 12 years later, they can't do anything with them, they just have them, but it was like something they could really ensconce themselves in, and something that they could connect to the, like, it's this consumerist, like, thing, baseball, in a lot of ways, and yet they can really use it to connect with each other and to sort of, like, get lost in experience. It's wonderful.
I am a Cubs fan, and I appreciate baseball, but I was just thinking about the rest of their families, and I don't know what the impact of
Let's assume they're not married.
a lot of time out there, 160 some games a year, right?
81 home games a year.
Okay, right, that's a good point. They're maybe not part of the KonMari method, or?
The odds will be against me. One, they have to hit one out here, and then I'll have to be one of the 10,000 people out here that they have to get lucky, because it's going to be packed out here. This isn't going to just be 10 people like it usually is.
I'm Sam and I directed Ballhawks.
You ended up learning
One of my
about
most grateful efforts,
When I
but
first moved to Chicago, I went to a Cubs game, and the person I was with told me about them, and I was like, really? And went out and met them, and just sort of fell in love with them. And just make a film about these guys.